Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome back to Caucasian Movie Month. And tonight we have a good one for you guys. Today, well, I have it anyway. I'm talking like in the second person, and no, there's no one else with me here. But this is a 2013 independently made movie starring the beautiful and talented January Jones, and this is one of her best film roles. It was an official selection in the 2013 Sundance Film Festival. Sweetwater. It's a kind of an action western drama, and has a really good cast for the most part. You got Ed Harris, Jason Isaac, he's the main villain, Jason Aldean, and then you have Eduardo Noriega, but he's not in the film that much. He's basically the husband that gets killed, and January Jones gets revenge. Revenge is sweet. It is. This movie actually is pretty decent. This is the synopsis quickly. In the late 1800s, a beautiful former prostitute, January Jones from Mad Men, is trying to rebuild an honest life with her new husband in the rugged plains of New Mexico. Once she catches the eye of a sadistic and powerful religious leader, a false prophet. It's a false prophet man that freaking fornicates and he kills people. Yeah, so he's Jason Isaac. Her life is violently turned upside down. She embarks on a bloody course of vengeance with the assistance of a renegade sheriff, Ed Harris, Pollock, The Hours, A Beautiful Mind, Apollo 13, who has pretty violent tendencies of his own. And yeah, this is a 95-minute revenge western with January Jones. If people said that she can't act, see this and get back to me. She's basically the star of the movie. Her husband is this Mexican guy that nobody understands. Not Oscar Isaac, Jason Isaac orders to have him killed so that he could blame it on someone else, and January Jones has to go after him. And she doesn't start off killing people right away. She has to find the facts, and then in the third act, she's preparing herself. She has a gun, and she just goes to town on guys. And it's not an SJW movie. This reminded me of The Last Survivors, but as a western with guns and horses, and with the hangman's noose. This is directed by Logan Miller, and it kind of has that not the same kind of violence, but that kind of look of Logan. Where it looks independently made. It's in the desert, and it's in like that countryside, and it's not a huge budget. Like there's no CGI in this movie that I can remember. There's blood squibs. There's a lot of gore. There's some sexuality in the movie that's pretty graphic. Not too graphic. It's just ass and titty shots. The movie is well shot. Like there's a lot of beautiful shots of the movie. When they're on the horses, and January Jones when she's walking. I mean, she's kind of like a redhead in this movie. Yeah, look at her. And yeah, Ed Harris is great. He's always good in movies that I've seen him in. Abyss is one of his best films. I didn't mention it here. My problem with the film, like I said, Noriega is not in the film that much, and he really doesn't. In his accent, just he's Mexican, so he's not really that effective in the film. And he dies like a bitch, and that was just not needed. And also the villain in this movie, Jason Isaac, not a fan of that actor. I didn't like him in Harry Potter, any of the films he was in. I haven't seen the 2003 Peter Pan, but I'm just not a fan. And just from the get go that he's a slime ball. I mean, look at this pose in the back. And characters like that are usually not my cup of tea anyway. But the film, other than that, it's not long. It's not like Django Unchained where it's 2.5 hours. It's almost 3 hours. It goes by real quick. Not a big investment of your time. And you have a kick-ass lead girl with no superpowers, like I said before, who is trying in the movie, and she really gets the job done. Like she what's good enough for a man is also good enough for a woman when they're done written correctly. The screenplay was written by Logan Miller and Noah Miller, so they did a good job with the screenplay. The story was interesting. It was done by Andrew Mackenzie, and yeah, I can see why this was selected as a Sundance film in a festival. It's a really well-made movie. It's not high art. It's not artsy fartsy. It's not 3 hours, but it gets the job done. And if you have never seen January Jones, except in Mad Men or Unknown or First Class, see this movie. This is her best performance that I've seen thus far. She's beautiful, but she's also a tough chick. They don't over sexualize her. They don't make her an SJW. She is tough and has to learn to be strong and let her inner woman out. And that's what I appreciate. And she's, a crack shot. She's a badass, and that's cool to see. A western with a woman that's a non SJW, which we're gonna get more of in episode 9. So sorry about that, but I know that movie's gonna suck. They're putting horses in Star Wars. Freaking horses! They already put horses in the Last Jedi. What more can you do with real animals? You're not Lord of the Rings. This isn't either, but it's a western. So having horses makes sense, and they're real horses, not CG horses or horses that you stole from a Game of Thrones set. And like I said, the film is shot very well. I like looking into the movie, and Oscar, I keep saying Oscar Isaac, Jason Isaac. He gets exactly what's coming to him. He gets his ass shot. He dies, and it's revenge of the sweetest kind because the woman kills the man that killed her husband. That was orchestrating the plan to kill her husband. So, and it's very simple. If you have never seen a western that's under 2 hours, this is a good choice. It's not artsy fartsy. I thought this was gonna be it's gonna be so boring. It is a slow movie. It's a slow burn, like Logan, because Logan doesn't start with action, but go with it, and it's a lot shorter. And I think you'll be fine. And I like the Logan Miller's direction. He really does a good job with most of the actors. Uh, I don't know Jason Alden that much. I think he's this guy right here. And does it have cliches in it? Yes. You've seen revenge stories all the time, but this is well done. This and The Last Survivors with Haley Lou Richardson are wonderful, freaking independently made movies. They look good. They feel good. They're not long. They have a badass chick that I buy that is sexy and is training. It's not like it comes out of nowhere. They're developed and you can actually stomach them. That's all I ask, guys. I'm not asking for SJWs. I think Captain Marvel will be fine if it's more like this and less like Fembusters, where they're trying to make a statement. Don't do that. Just entertain me. That's all I'm here for. That's all I'm watching a movie for, to be entertained, even if you're doing it in a slow burn. Entertain me. Make that your top priority, not pretentious bullshit freaking agendas that are going to be forgotten in 10 years. Just saying. And besides, you can make more. You could get more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. And the film is also taken seriously. It says here an over-the-top hybrid of Tarantino and Coen Brothers. Yeah, because it looks like an independent movie, like the Coen Brothers make mostly, and it's got the violence of a Tarantino movie, like Pulp Fiction or Jackie Brown or Django Unchained. It's definitely like that, but it's way shorter. If you don't want to sit through a almost 3 hour movie, perfect. 95 minutes. It goes by quick. I never felt the movie, except the scenes with Jason Isaac giving it to a girl. I'm like, you are a bad prophet. But he gets his, just like all these bad prophets will one day, including SJWs. But yeah, that's enough. That's Sweetwater. I would recommend it. If you've never seen this, you can find it at a Dollar Tree. And yes, Josh, they've already started the Dollar Tree sales. So if you're gonna if you want to look for this movie on DVD, they probably have it at a Dollar Tree. I found it and I bought it. And I don't regret it. It's really well done. Arc Entertainment made this. They made the entertainment factor the biggest thing, and also it's R. So be warned, this is not for children. This movie is not for kids. It's a hard R, and it earns it all the way through. And January Jones, you can act. I don't care what anybody says. You're beautiful. You can act. When they give you something like this, that's awesome. I want to see her more in films because she's a gem, guys. How can you hate a face like that? She's like if Kristen Wiig had a sister with lighter eyes and with more European in her blood. Yeah, that's okay with me. And she sounds like a woman. She doesn't have a deep voice or it's a transgender. No, she's a real woman in Western clothes and still makes it work. So that's my review of Sweetwater. I would recommend it because it's well done. And considering how bad the Western genre is now, where they just remake the same movies or they make it 2.5 hours or whatever, This one works. This is way better than the freaking Lone Ranger 2013. That movie was boring as all hell, and the ending was the only good part of it. That and Johnny Depp in certain parts. Here, the whole film, well, most of it is good, and it's not overly long. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next review.